Hey, so real quick, I want to tell something that happened to us about 5 o'clock in the morning this morning. Right, today is the 27th, and it was 5 o'clock in the morning on the 27th. We were sleeping. We were so tired. We had just did a forum that day, and we were laying in the bed, right, and all of a sudden, the house started shaking and rattling, right? And then I heard this loud noise like a woo, like that. And so I told my husband, I grabbed him in his chest and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And he felt it too. So he jumped up. He like, what's that? What's going on? He looked out the window immediately. And so he said he saw a light, right? And then it went on. But if it was an airplane, it was flying really, really low. But he couldn't see that it was an airplane or not. Did you see that it was an airplane? He said you couldn't see anything. Well, what did you see with the light? He said it was like lights in the air and then it was way up there. But if it was way up there, why would we feel it like that? You know, why would the whole house be shaking? Why would we hear the like dishes and stuff like that clanking in here? And so right after that, he was like, I don't know, was that an earthquake? Because that's how it was shaking, right? And so he opened the phone up, and the phone said, was it an earthquake? And then he was just telling me that in Alabama, what did you say? He said in South Alabama. He's in the other room, y'all. I just, I can't hear you, babe. Can you come and stand right here and say it? He said hundreds of houses was shaking out there and they heard a big boom. I don't know what time it was when they heard that, but I know it was like 5 something like that in the morning here when it happened, right? So I just made this video real quick to say that happened here, and I'm in Georgia. I'm not gonna say exactly where I am in Georgia, but close to Albany, and so I just think that you know something's going on. Something going on. And if you haven't noticed and looked in the sky, there's a lot of chemtrails. There's not that many airplanes flying like that all through the day. Like, what's up with all these chemtrails and stuff like that? Anybody ever thought about that? What's going on in the world? What's going on in our atmosphere? That's why it's so important to know what's going on. Nobody act like they want to know what's going on. No, it's some things you have no power over. You can't stop it, but you can prepare yourself. But people won't prepare themselves. People won't try to work on themselves and their bodies. All different type of things are being released into our atmosphere, into our air, the things that we breathe. It's people sick everywhere. Sinus, the weather's changing back and forth from hot one day 70 degrees to 49 to 40 degrees. We got to get ourselves in order. We got to get our lives in order. We got to get our soul right, our spirit right, and seek God and seek his help and go to the things of God and not the things of this world. The word of God tells you to be in the world and not of the world. Some people, they think that they are so have made it and they so close to God, but then they practice all these different witchcraft, and then they call the things of God witchcraft. They celebrate all these demonic holidays, but then they tell you what you doing wrong. They be talking about Merry Christmas and Happy Halloween and Happy Easter. All these things are man-made. But of course, I don't know what I'm talking about. I shouldn't even talk about anything like that. It's so much going on in the world. But we got all the answers. But we don't. We got to get back to God for real. Back to the basics of things. Back to God. His way. Not the world way. Not our way. But the way that God intended it to be. Something's going on in this world. The word of God tells you that. Why aren't people preparing for that? Preparing, we've been seeing prices of food and things like that going up every single day. And still not a lot of jobs. And, you got to pay a lot to put gas in your car to get to the job. I don't know. I'm just saying. Ain't nobody. But we heard that this morning. It was crazy. I just wanted to say that real quick. I was going to talk about the forum anyway. And I've already said what I need to say about prepare. We need to prepare. We need to store up food. If anything was to happen in this world, we're at war right now and don't even know it. If something was to happen right now, there's riots going on in different places. Injustice happening. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. You have to prepare, protect yourself. How will you survive? So not only are we fighting in our health, do we have to fight in our health because things are being released in our atmosphere, things are in our food, in our water. You got to also fight to try to stay alive, fight to protect what you have. I don't know. I hope this helps somebody though. Something's going on. Something going on. That was really crazy for the whole house to be shaking for real. And it's not we don't live in a shack. It take a lot to shake a whole house. I don't know what that was in the sound. It was in the room. It was so loud. It was like, whoo. Lord have mercy. God help us. God help us, man. Yeah, so anyway, it's praying time. It's praying time, but let's do more than pray. You got to be vigilant about your health. You have to be vigilant about how you're going to survive. What type of ways would you be able to survive if everything went haywire? How would you make it? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ask yourself that. Have a good night.